Good morning to all you good folk out there. This is about PSYOPS, folks. Actually, it's about two things. One, taking the fact that people are still calling people like myself a conspiracy theorist and other words that attach to our views, the awakened people's views, those who see clearly. So, to validate this video, I'm going to show you, as I have in the past, a conspiracy theory that has now been factually proven. So now it's a conspiracy fact. Okay, so now it's a fact. There's no conspiracy in it. And that is the simple X conspiracy and now fact of 9/11. I'm going to show you in one foul swoop how that conspiracy theory is a conspiracy fact, or was a conspiracy fact, and that it's very simple. The now publicly exposed Operation Bluebeam or Bluebeam technology, projected technology, augmented technology, augmented projections. In your world, pop on YouTube and see Chinese New Year with dragons, or go and look at the augmented dolphins and whales 3D. Maybe that's what you could pop into YouTube, 3D dolphins and whales or augmented reality, and you'll see what I mean. Pop off to Las Vegas's new dome and you'll see what I mean. So with LED screens, as they say the dome is functioning with, the new dome in Las Vegas, just YouTube that and you'll see what I mean. And as with projected realities, augmented reality, Operation Bluebeam, projected beings, animals, plants, colors, shapes, forms, that are just projections, like ghostly, like a ghost, non-material, ineffective, just a picture in the sky instead of on a screen. Okay? Just a picture in the sky instead of on a screen. Just an aeroplane projected in the sky, crashing into a building, not on a screen. Okay? Just a projection of an aeroplane, not a real aeroplane. Never was, never could be. Is not a possibility, even. But we're not going into the details because we know what it is and what it isn't. So we don't have to talk about the details of what it is not. It simply is a projection, was a projection. And then the buildings were demolished in standard demolition formation with cordite, one of the only explosive elements that cuts through steel like a knife through butter. Most other explosive devices are generally for concrete and rebar, which is generally how a pillar is constructed in most buildings until steel buildings became the thing since 20 odd years ago. And of course the Twin Towers were the expression of that. They were the they were the example for steel buildings. And one of the stats on those buildings is that they can take an aeroplane hit, which they could, but that's not what occurred. And we know that factually now, because in 2000 the denomination of the currency, the notes, all the American dollar notes were recalled and changed, and new dollar notes were issued out in America the year before 2001, before 9/11. Not the coins, just the notes. And those notes, that was done for a reason, because on those notes was a pictogram that was drawn across the notes of $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100. And drawn across those notes was a pictogram of what's going to occur, the Twin Towers being demolished. Whilst the note was folded into an aeroplane form, so just in case you're not up on this, this is a photocopy of a $1 bill. So the $1 bill isn't implemented in this, but the $5 is. So let's use that. Let's start at 5. There's a reason for that, but we're not going into that. So let's take the $5 bill. Let's put it the right way up. $5 bill, photocopy. Fold it in half. Fold it like you used to make an aeroplane. Do you remember the format of making an aeroplane as a child? Do you remember how we used to make the aeroplanes? So just go one step back from that. So we just take one step back from the aeroplane, we flatten out. So we just have the first step of making an aeroplane, but you can clearly see it looks a bit like a stealth bomber. Here's the thing, folks. When you take this $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, and I'm going to show you them all in a minute in a line as the story. When you take it and you fold it like making an aeroplane, it forms that. You're looking at a city under a dome, and the Twin Towers. So the city is New York City. The dome, the papal hat, the Pope's hat, Vatican, hiding this, expressing this, and of course the Twin Towers. Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to show you them all like that. I'm going to show you them in the pictogram form, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The Twin Towers was a sacrifice, a human sacrifice, sacrificial, ritualistic, occultic event carried out on humanity, and 5,000 odd humans were sacrificed. Rest in peace and bless their souls. And the event was carried out in the form of what you call a negative or black talisman. So it was sorcery, magic, black magic, and the black magic was drawn in a pictogram, so in a picture form, across the notes, across the dollar notes, the money, and the money was given energy because people value money. So the sacrifice was given value. Unbeknown to the people, they were deceived in energizing and giving value to the sacrifice of Twin Towers. I'll show you exactly what I mean. We're just going to turn the camera down here for now. You may have to zoom in. I'm going to get them all in for you. There's the full picture. The $1 is not important. So there you have the picture of the magic. Look at the pictures carefully, and you will see the destruction of the Twin Towers on the back of the dollar bills that were created in 2000 by the US Federal Mint, not by Osama bin Laden,